Welcome, engineering team. So glad to have you all here. As your CTO, I wanted to kick off this strategic explainer on our AI deployment platform roadmap. Today, we're focusing squarely on optimizing our hardware execution. Look, we are at a pivotal moment in how we architect our systems, and frankly, the decisions we make in this room today, they're going to dictate whether we scale effortlessly or just completely drown in technical debt over the next 5 years. Understanding this rapidly shifting landscape of hardware and inference engines is no longer just an operations issue. It is absolutely critical to our long-term survival. So, let's get everyone aligned on where we stand right now, the bottlenecks we're facing, and most importantly, the strategic direction we're taking to future-proof our entire infrastructure. Here is our agenda for today. First, the vendor lock-in reality. Second, strategic cross-platform API adoption. Third, choosing optimized inference engines. And fourth, phasing out legacy technologies.
Let's dive right into Section 1, the vendor lock-in reality and moving beyond that dependency.
To confront the heavy hardware dependencies that honestly just dominate our industry right now, we really have to look at the structural difference between proprietary APIs, the ones built by hardware manufacturers specifically for their own chips, and the cross-platform alternatives designed to break that exact dependency. For a long time, the path of least resistance basically meant marrying our software to specific silicon. But let's talk about the real-world business and engineering costs of that approach. Think about the absolute nightmare of maintaining 3 entirely separate code bases just to support multi-vendor deployments. If we want to run optimally on NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel using their proprietary stacks, our maintenance costs just skyrocket. We're duplicating engineering efforts, we're slowing down our release cycles, and we're creating massive testing bottlenecks. This level of technical debt is totally unsustainable for a fast-moving team like ours, which is exactly why shifting toward vendor-neutral alternatives is now an operational imperative.
Currently, these major GPU frameworks completely dominate AI development. You all know NVIDIA's CUDA is the undisputed industry standard right now. It actually has a massive, almost 15-year head start, which is a pretty surprising fact when you realize how heavily the entire AI ecosystem leans on it today. Then, of course, we have AMD pushing ROCm and Intel offering oneAPI combined with OpenVINO. And look, while a framework like CUDA obviously provides incredible performance, relying entirely on these primary vendor-specific platforms severely restricts our deployment flexibility. Let me make this visceral for you. Imagine we secure a massive enterprise contract, but our primary cloud provider simply runs out of NVIDIA GPU instances. If our code base is hopelessly locked into CUDA, we are literally stranded. We can't just migrate our workloads over to another provider's AMD instances without a massive, painful rewrite. It totally limits our scaling strategies and makes us highly vulnerable to supply chain and cloud availability shocks.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, strategic cross-platform API adoption and how we actually unlock our hardware.
Now, this is where we start talking about real architectural freedom. Utilizing cross-platform APIs gives us the strategic ability to deploy without being tied down to a single hardware manufacturer. But it requires a fundamental shift in our engineering mindset. Think of a vendor-neutral API kind of like a universal translator. Instead of writing custom instructions for every single specific GPU architecture on the market, we write to a single unified interface. The API handles the translation down to the metal for us. By shifting our core focus here, we ensure our AI models can run across entirely different hardware ecosystems seamlessly. This decouples our software architecture from supply chain constraints, effectively giving us immunity against vendor lock-in and wildly unpredictable hardware availability.
When we're evaluating the long-term benefits of our deployment goals, Vulkan really stands out as the ultimate choice for cross-platform portability. This is the API that allows us to target Linux servers, Windows desktops, and even Android mobile environments with a completely unified approach. Consider the concrete engineering impact here. It's literally write once, optimize, deploy anywhere. Just imagine writing a complex computer vision model on a high-end Linux workstation and then pushing that exact same execution logic down to an Android edge device out in the field without having to rewrite the core logic or touch the foundational code. The long-term benefit for our team is staggering. It drastically cuts down thousands of engineering hours that would otherwise just be totally wasted porting applications from platform to platform.
Now, another incredibly powerful cross-platform option in our arsenal is DirectML. While DirectML is strictly limited to the Windows operating system, the multi-vendor hardware support is what makes it so crucial for us. It provides incredible reach across NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel GPUs natively. Why does this matter so much? Well, because a massive portion of our enterprise client footprint is heavily Windows-based. DirectML acts as a silver bullet for these environments. If our deployment target is a Windows machine, DirectML abstracts the hardware layer away instantly.
Whether the end user has an NVIDIA card in a desktop, an AMD chip in a laptop, or just integrated Intel graphics, we get vendor-neutral hardware acceleration right out of the box, and that drastically reduces the support tickets and edge case bugs our team has to field.
Let's transition to Section 3, choosing optimized inference engines, which is our execution layer.
Just to make sure we're totally aligned on terminology, remember that inference engines are the highly optimized runtime libraries that do the actual heavy lifting in production. Choosing the right API is really only half the battle. If cross-platform APIs are the well-paved roads we drive on, the inference engines are the highly tuned race cars actually hitting the pavement. They are the exact mechanisms that dictate our real-time performance, our memory footprint, and our latency metrics when serving users. Pairing our API strategy with the right inference engine is what ultimately determines if our application feels sluggish and bloated or incredibly responsive and scalable.
And that brings us to a classic engineering dilemma: resource footprint versus maximum throughput. When selecting an inference engine, we have to look really closely at these performance benefits. Let's take Llama CPP for example. Its massive advantage is its extreme portability. It completely frees us from heavy framework dependencies, allowing us to run complex models efficiently on edge devices or highly constrained hardware environments where memory is basically at a premium. Contrast that with VLLM. When we need absolute, raw, high-performance serving specifically for large language models, VLLM is our workhorse. It's designed from the ground up for continuous batching, really meant to maximize high-end GPU utilization in a massive data center environment. As engineers, you've got to carefully weigh these trade-offs based on the deployment target. Edge portability requires one tool, while centralized high-throughput cloud serving requires another.
And we absolutely cannot forget about our specialized pipelines. There is a real danger in software bloat, right? It's so tempting to just use a massive generalized LLM framework for every single AI task. But for our specific audio processing needs, Whisper.cpp remains our dedicated, highly optimized runtime library. It's purpose-built to run our speech-to-text workloads with surgical precision. By using a razor-sharp dedicated tool like this, we achieve vastly superior efficiency and much lower latency without dragging in all the massive overhead and unnecessary bloat of a general-purpose framework.
Finally, Section 4, phasing out legacy technologies and cleaning up the stack.
Look, we simply cannot build the architecture of the future if we're still actively supporting the baggage of the past. To keep our stack clean and aggressively manage our technical debt, we are moving away from legacy APIs. Consider OpenGL officially obsolete for our modern AI workloads. I mean, it was fundamentally built for rendering pixels on a screen, not for the highly complex, parallel matrix math required for modern machine learning compute. And while OpenCL does still exist in the wider ecosystem, it is actively being phased out in favor of Vulkan. Every engineering hour spent maintaining legacy OpenCL systems is an hour we lose that could have been spent mastering and optimizing Vulkan. Vulkan is the clear future of our cross-platform compute strategy, and that is exactly where our time and resources must be allocated moving forward.
So, I'll leave you with this final challenge today. As the hardware engineers building the very backbone of our AI infrastructure, how will you architect our next deployment pipeline to fully leverage the freedom of these cross-platform APIs? The tools to break vendor lock-in, eliminate those massive multi-vendor maintenance costs, and drastically optimize our inference execution, they're sitting right in front of us. The strategy is set, now it's up to us to build it. Let's get to work.